Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. Yeah, on the ADA chart, we're still in the price range, still moving sideways. Market hasn't really decided yet what it wants to do, even though the Friday decline gives us a hint that it might favor one more low. But overall, I mean, we're still caught in that price range that we've been identifying over the last few weeks, again and again on the 1 hour chart. So we have a clear range bound structure, very tight range, and one of the tightest ranges I've seen in a long time, probably since the October 23 area here, August to October 23. That was in very similar ways very boring. This year is actually a little bit more volatile. You can see that if you compare that, but highly, so very long. At the time, to give you an idea, if we just sort of take that box and sort of measure the length, about the same length now. That was actually maybe another week added to that, but I think it's about time to break the range anyway. I mean, this has been going on for far too long now. Well, maybe this week's catalyst on Wednesday, we have obviously the Fed interest rate decision. Maybe this week's catalyst will lead to a bit of a breakout there, okay, and will generate some interesting movements. But overall, yeah, the market hasn't really given us any new insights that we could use to add to this analysis. We're still moving in the range. And looking at the bigger picture here, first of all, we have that 5-wave pattern to the upside into the March highs, where the market topped around 80 cents. And then from there, this pullback in a wave 2. And this wave 2 could still be unfolding in the white count. Maybe we've bottomed. If we've bottomed, it would be a WXY structure. One more low might actually take us down into the region between 36 to 38 cents. Actually, also here, I will probably relabel that into a WXYXZ pattern. I've always said these patterns rarely, they really don't exist typically, but it's really the best way to label that because from an ABC perspective, I mean, this fourth wave is way too long, but from a WXYXZ structure perspective, this here could easily be an X-wave triangle and we form one more low in wave Z. But either way, it's not so important, but the next target zone is between 36 to 38 cents if we get one more low. So that means the low is either in, but there's absolutely no evidence for it. No evidence at all. Well, I need a break above the upper range boundary and I need to see that sequence of higher highs and higher lows to be able to say, yep, we've bottomed. At the moment, the risk for one more low is very high. And as I said, the Friday low, I mean, it hasn't even, it did respect the support area. And then when it just tried to rally, Bitcoin dumped. That sometimes happens with ADA. It's a bit late in the game and then Bitcoin dumps and then it loses all momentum. But it hasn't broken the lower range boundary. So very much indecision here. I'll take these fibs out. I think they don't offer any value anymore, not after the Friday dump. And yeah, we just move in a sideways range. The triangle pattern could be completed. I've got an A, B, C, D, E, very nice triangle. But how do we confirm a triangle is broken? First indication is a break below the D wave low. Happened. 44.2 cents was the first indication. But the confirmation level is a break below the B wave low. And that's the level I've been calling out for several weeks now. It's the 41.9 cent level. We really need a break below that level in order to confirm that this fifth wave has started. And it should take us below the 13th of April low. And that was made and formed at around 40 cents. So any break below that should send us to 36 to 38 cents in one more low wave, basically in wave 5 of C of 2 there. Yeah. From here then, a reaction would be preferred to start a third wave rally to the upside, but there is no low until I see a 5-wave move to the upside above resistance. At the very least, I would need to see a start, or I need to see a break above 52.2 cents, the upper range boundary. Or from down here, I then would need to watch for, okay, what's the next resistance? Can't really give you that yet until we formed at least some kind of a low down there. I'm not ruling out that a low is in. If it is, then we are working on a very, very ugly diagonal pattern to the upside. It could only be that, a diagonal, and these are very speculative patterns until we see further evidence for their development, like an upside breakout. So what else can I say? Nothing really. We just have to be patient here. As long as we're in the range, just be careful. Be careful with over trading this. And I think a lot of people are just waiting, okay, which is good because in these ranges, it's more difficult to trade. Okay, that's my update about ADA. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.